Hello guys, what is going on? So here I have two Umidigi phones, but you wouldn't know that because nowadays phones look so similar. So a few of you guys asked for this review, or comparison as you will, between the Umidigi F2 and the new Umidigi S5 Pro. So before we boot these phones up and get into comparing, we're going to compare the design and the build quality. So both of these phones, they have middle glass sandwich design, which means they both have a glass back and middle side railings. So it's both glossy middle. I don't know if it's stainless steel or aluminum, whatever. Now the cameras are where it gets interesting. So the F2 has a more simple design. We have one wide angle, one main camera, and one not telephoto. I believe it's a fake camera for, portrait, that doesn't do anything like a lot of these smartphones do nowadays, like Chinese smartphones. Now here on the S5 Pro, we have a supposed quadruple camera setup. So we do have a wide angle here as well. I'm gonna put all the raw specs in the description, but I don't want to get too technical now because overall the specs are similar, but I want to show you what the real life uses will be like. As for front facing cameras, here on the F2 we have a hole punch, which is actually not that intrusive. And on the S5 Pro we have a pop-up camera, which isn't the best pop-up I've seen, but it does work for now at least. Now we're gonna power them both on. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, and the S5 Pro is the winner. Alright, F2 is still booting up. And just to put things into retrospect, both of them have the exact same apps, everything. Both phones have 6 gigs of RAM, but the S5 Pro has 256 gigs of storage and F2 has 128, which are both very respectable storage sizes today. Now as you can see on the S5 Pro I have Nova right now, and it has this weird issue. When you use a custom launcher, at least Nova, you can't multitask. So as you can see, I'm tapping, nothing's happening. See, Play Store, nothing. But when you switch to the stock launcher, multitasking does work, but the app door doesn't. And before you tell me there's no app drawer, I am pretty sure there is, because on the F2, there's an app drawer. So how is it that on the brand new S5 Pro there is? I'm pretty sure there was an arrow indicating that I could swipe up, but that arrow seems to be gone now, so we're just gonna leave it at that. In terms of display, the S5 Pro definitely wins. Even though the Umidigi F2 is not a bad display at all, the S5 Pro, it's just so vibrant. It's a great OLED display. So now we are gonna do the speed test. So we are gonna use the stock launcher on both phones. So both have all apps closed in the background. So we are gonna do a quick speed test. We're gonna start with the Play Store. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Instagram. 3, 2, 1. Google Chrome. 3, 2, 1. Phone app. 3, 2, 1. Clock app. 3, 2, 1. Alright, a little bit faster on the S5 Pro. Alright, Wind Rider. 3, 2, 1. Keep while in use. First on the S5 Pro. What happened? Okay, that was weird. Okay, so that is pretty much it for the speed test. You get the idea more or less. Now we're gonna get on to the gaming test, which is conveniently already set in place with Wind Rider. 3, 2, 1. Alright, both phones are running the game flawlessly. No frame drops, nothing like that. Alright, next is PUBG. Okay, so both games are loading PUBG right now, and we're gonna see how they run it. I'm pretty sure they're gonna run exactly the same. Ah, these damn kids. Let's just turn off the volume. So both are at the same settings right now. HD at high frame rate. So as you can see, F2 running just fine. Now if we jump, so both, as I expected, they run about the same. Maybe a tiny bit smoother on the S5 Pro. So I expected a bit more difference since the Umidigi F2 has the Helio P70 and this has the brand new Helio G90. MediaTek's absolute best chip, if I'm not mistaken. So as you can see, we are both on the ground right now. Let's do the auto walk thing. So as you can see, maybe it's a tiny bit better on the S5 Pro, but as you can see, the F2 is handling it just fine as well. So in conclusion, these phones are great for gaming. We are going to test the fingerprint sensors now. We're going to start with the F2 Pro. 3, 2, 1. Good. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Now what if it's in my pocket, I'm reaching for it. Okay, so the fingerprint sensor isn't bad at all, but it does activate when it's in your pocket or your backpack. So most of the time when you take this out of your pocket and try to use the fingerprint sensor, it's always going to be like, too many attempts at the fingerprint sensor, please use the passcode or the pin. But we don't get that with the S5 Pro. 3, 2, 1. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so right now it's pretty fast. But the problem with these cheap in-display fingerprint sensors is maybe in the comparison it works fine, but in real life usage, when you take it out of your pocket, you just wash your hands, it's not going to be as reliable because it depends on the circumstances and on the condition of your hands. If you just wash them, then it's not going to work. Or if you got your hands dirty or anything, the smallest thing could make this not work. So when I use this phone for 2 days, I've had this problem where most of the time, I wouldn't have used the fingerprint sensor. But now, because the phone knows I'm reviewing it, it's actually working. So both fingerprint sensors are good, just not 100% reliable. Now, in terms of battery size, both are around the 4000 mAh territory. So you're gonna get great battery life on both of these phones, but definitely better battery life on the S5 Pro because since it has an OLED screen, it can shut down all the unused pixels. That's why I have the dark theme here and not on the F2 because it doesn't really matter what. The dark theme is actually helping to increase the battery life. Alright, we are going to open the camera. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we are going to take our selfie with the S5 Pro. 3, 2, 1. And now with the F2 Pro. Okay, now let's go outside. Okay, this is rear-facing video on the S5 Pro. Now, if you've seen my review, you'd know that this phone has 4K, but because the frame rate is so low and so the comparison would seem fair, both phones are going to record at 1080p. So as you can see, this is the video quality, this is how it looks like. Not bad. And focus on this flower. I tapped on the flower for it to focus, no autofocus on that, and as you can see, it looks pretty good, and nothing else to say. Alright, this is the front-facing camera on the Umidigi S5 Pro. Umidigi, my bad. So as you can see, video is more or less similar to the rear-facing camera. Just walking around, and not much else to say. Okay, this is rear-facing video on the Umidigi F2, and just by looking at the viewfinder, it looks considerably worse. I'm gonna let's see if it tapping on the flower. Okay, there we go. I don't know. To me, it just looks worse. So having some focusing issues. Looks darker. Bit more jittery. Yeah. That is the video quality. There you have it. Okay, front-facing camera on the Umidigi F2. Umidigi, I can't say their name right. Alright, so there you go. Now you can see me. Also looks worse than on the S5 Pro, so I'd say video quality is a clear winner to the S5 Pro. Yep, pretty much. So which phone is better? Which phone do I like best? Which phone is better for your money? And I'm gonna just go ahead and say it, the S5 Pro, obviously, because for $50 extra, you're getting so much more. You're getting an OLED display, you're getting extra storage, you're getting more performance, you're getting a faster phone with better cameras, pretty much everything about this phone is better. So what is the F2 good for? It could be for someone who doesn't want an OLED display for whatever reason, or someone who just doesn't want a pop-up and they prefer the punch hole, and someone who doesn't care about design or... Because as you can see, we have more of a chin here than we do on the S5 Pro. These phones are very similar in a lot of ways, and I think it's that way because they use a lot of parts from this phone to this phone. Like the speakers are exactly the same, the vibration motor is the same, but whatever phone you choose, you're gonna be satisfied with both of them. So it's more what you need. But for most people, the S5 Pro is a clear winner. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this comparison, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.